Now that I'm finally done with the Boo Saga, I'm moving on to the 3-in-1 Dragon Ball mangas. I'm just going to be reviewing the Dragon Ball Z part of the manga and not Dragon Ball. Also, there's a spoiler warning for Dragon Ball Z, even though, again, it's been out for 30 years. But if you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball Z but still want to watch these videos, I will be doing a quick little recap of each volume before I review it. Also, for this first 3-in-1 manga, I will be skipping volume 16 and the first chapter of volume 17 because those are part of Dragon Ball and not part of Dragon Ball Z. Right, so volume 17. We start off with the character named Raditz, who lands on Earth, and we find out he's some type of alien. He mentions he's looking for his brother Kakarot, and he begins looking for him with a device called a scouter that can track power levels. Once he gets there, it turns out it's actually Piccolo, and Piccolo seems to be extremely weak against Raditz, who, in the last volume, he was actually one of the strongest characters. This is actually 6 years after the last volume, and Goku, the main character, hasn't seen any of his friends. So at that time, he goes to meet up with Kame Sennin, aka the Turtle Hermit, Bulma, and Krillin. It's revealed that Goku has a son, Gohan, and Raditz shows up, beats the shit out of Goku after telling him that he's actually Kakarot, and then takes Gohan. Raditz is a fucked up uncle. Goku and Piccolo, who were former enemies, team up against Raditz, and Goku sacrifices his life to kill Raditz. So, I like the way that they used Raditz in this volume, because Raditz wasn't a main villain. They just really used him to introduce the concept of Saiyans into Dragon Ball, which has never been a thing before. I like the idea of a scouter as well because it kind of finds a way to show everyone who's stronger than who and show how strong a villain really is compared to everyone. Now on to volume 18. Raditz actually sent a transmission through his scouter to 2 other Saiyans on the other side of the universe. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Goku and Raditz are Saiyans. It said that these Saiyans will arrive in exactly 1 year, and everyone goes to train. Goku is taken to the underworld, where he travels on a long path called the Snake Way. Meanwhile, Krillin, Yajirobe, Tien Shinhan, Chiaotzu, and Yamcha went to go train with Kami-sama. While that was happening, Piccolo took Gohan and he threw him into the wild and told him to survive on his own for 6 months. Dude, that's harsh because this kid's just like 4 years old. After 6 months, Gohan finally got to train with Piccolo, Kami-sama's training finally ended, and Goku finally got to the end of Snake Way. At the end of Snake Way, Goku found a small planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth, and there is where he met Kaio-sama. Kaio-sama is the Lord of Worlds, also known as a literal god. Kaio-sama taught Goku 2 new techniques, the first of which was the Kaioken, which at this point we do not know what it does yet, and the second one was the Genkai Dama, or the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb is basically a powerful blast that gets its energy from all living things on the planet. After a few months, it turned out that the Saiyans were going to get there 1 month early, so everyone wished Goku back, and Goku had to get back in less than a day. The Z Fighters were ready to fight the Saiyans, but before they could fight the Saiyans decided to plant these things called the cultivars, which once they grow in like 5 seconds, there's some very small fighters, but they are all about as strong as Raditz, who is around the power level of 1000. Vegeta mentions that everyone's power level is around 1000, but the thing is that the Z Fighters could change their power level in the middle of a battle. During the fight, Yamcha died, and all the cultivars were killed by Krillin. The two Saiyans are named Vegeta and Nappa, and at this point, Nappa begins to power up to fight the Z Fighters. In the Dragon Ball community, a lot of people make fun of Yamcha for dying so much, and yeah, it's a funny joke, but at the same time, at least for this volume, I feel like the reason they killed him off was just to show how strong these people really are. The Saiyans are shown as heartless killers, and a way that they're shown to be more heartless is the fact that Vegeta and Nappa didn't come to Earth to avenge Raditz. They just came to Earth to find the Dragon Balls and grant themselves immortality. Right, so that's all I have to talk about for this week, and next week I'm going to be back with 3 more volumes to talk about. So I'm gonna see you guys next time. And that is where he meant what is it? Kaio-sama.